Welcome, listeners, to a story that will chill you to the bone. Tonight, we unravel a tale so haunting, it will linger in your thoughts long after it ends. Prepare yourselves for a journey into the macabre. It's a story about a seemingly normal family in rural America, harboring a dark secret. On the surface, they appeared to be the epitome of the American dream, living in a picturesque house with a white picket fence. But behind closed doors, a nightmare was unfolding. This is the story of Shelley Notek and the chilling reign of terror she held over her family. Shelley, a woman with a seemingly stern exterior, harbored a darkness that would eventually consume those closest to her. Her family, trapped in a web of fear and manipulation, suffered in silence. In this story, we'll journey into the heart of a family entangled in a web of abuse. The Notek household was a place where love was twisted into control, and trust was shattered by cruelty. The children, caught in the crossfire, bore the brunt of Shelley's wrath. We'll uncover the secrets that unfolded within the walls of their seemingly ordinary home. Each room held a story of its own, each corner a witness to the unspeakable acts that took place. The peeling wallpaper and dark corridors were silent observers to the family's suffering. Get ready to delve into the depths of human cruelty and the resilience of the human spirit. As we peel back the layers of this harrowing tale, we will see not only the darkness that can reside within a person, but also the incredible strength it takes to survive and overcome such horrors. This is a story of pain, but also of hope and endurance. At the center of this horrifying tale is Shelley Notek, a woman who used manipulation and fear to control every aspect of her family's lives. Shelley's reign of terror was not just limited to her immediate family. She extended her manipulative tactics to friends and even strangers who crossed her path. Her ability to mask her true intentions behind a facade of concern and care made her even more dangerous. Shelley was a master manipulator, adept at twisting the truth and playing the victim. She could turn any situation to her advantage, making others feel guilty or responsible for her actions. Her cunning nature allowed her to exploit the vulnerabilities of those around her, ensuring that they remained under her control. She possessed an uncanny ability to convince her daughters that they owed her unquestioning obedience. Shelley's daughters grew up in an environment where love and fear were indistinguishable. They were conditioned to believe that their mother's approval was the ultimate goal, and any deviation from her expectations was met with severe consequences. Shelley instilled in them a crippling fear of the outside world, making them wholly reliant on her. She painted the world beyond their home as a dangerous and hostile place, ensuring that her daughters felt they had no choice but to stay under her roof and under her control. This isolation further deepened their dependence on her. Her word was law, and disobedience was met with swift and brutal punishment. Shelley's methods of discipline were extreme and often violent, leaving her daughters in a constant state of fear. The psychological scars she inflicted were as deep as the physical ones, creating a cycle of abuse that was difficult to break. Shelley's daughters, Nikki, Sammy, and Tori, were raised under her iron fist. They were more like prisoners than children, trapped in a world of fear and uncertainty. Their lives were a constant cycle of emotional, physical, and psychological abuse. Shelley deprived them of basic needs, isolated them from the outside world, and subjected them to unimaginable cruelties. Their childhoods were stolen, replaced with fear and despair. The abuse within the Notek household was insidious, escalating from subtle manipulation to shocking brutality. Shelley controlled every aspect of their lives, from what they ate to whom they could speak. Physical abuse was commonplace. Beatings, burnings, and even worse. Imagine being punished for the smallest infraction, living in constant fear of your own mother. This was the grim reality for Shelley's daughters. Section 5. Victims, silenced by fear and intimidation. Shelley's reign of terror extended beyond her immediate family. Over the years, numerous individuals drawn into her web of manipulation suffered under her control. Friends, boyfriends, even neighbors became victims of her cruelty. Fear kept them silent. Shelley was a master at intimidation, using threats and violence to silence anyone who dared to question her authority or threaten her control. Section 6. Unmasking the Truth, a Tale of Survival. Despite the horrors they endured, there is a glimmer of hope in this harrowing story. The darkness that once enveloped their lives began to recede, making way for moments of light and hope. Each small victory, each step forward, was a testament to their resilience and determination. The flower growing through the cracks symbolizes their unyielding spirit, refusing to be crushed by the weight of their past. The sunrise over the dark landscape represents the dawn of a new chapter in their lives, filled with possibilities and the promise of a brighter future. This is also a tale of survival. Through the dense forests of uncertainty and the dark alleys of fear, they pressed on. Their journey was fraught with challenges, but their determination never wavered. The strong hand gripping the rope is a powerful image of their resolve, holding on tightly to their will to survive and thrive against all odds. It took years of enduring unimaginable abuse, but Shelley's daughters eventually found the strength to break free from their mother's clutches. Their determined expressions and unity were key to their escape. They stood together, supporting one another through the darkest times. The thoughtful gaze out the window reflects their contemplation of a future free from fear and control. Their escape marked the beginning of their long journey toward healing and justice. The long road ahead was daunting, but each step they took was a step toward freedom. The key unlocking the door symbolizes the opening of new opportunities and the breaking of chains that once bound them. The sunrise signifies the start of a new day, a new life filled with hope and endless possibilities. It took immense courage, but they bravely testified against their mother, exposing her crimes to the world. Their voices, once silenced by fear, now echoed in the halls of justice. The resolute expression on their faces as they stood at the microphone showed their unwavering commitment to seeking justice. The gavel striking in the courtroom marked the end of one chapter and the beginning of another, where they could finally start to heal and rebuild their lives. Section 7. Red Flags, Recognizing the Signs of Abuse. The story of Shelley Notek and her daughters serves as a stark reminder that abuse can happen anywhere, even within the supposed safety of our homes. It highlights the importance of recognizing the red flags. Pay attention to signs of isolation, extreme control, sudden behavioral changes, or unexplained injuries. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Section 8. Breaking Free, Seeking Help and Support. Breaking free from abuse is never easy, but it is possible. There are resources available to help. If you or someone you know is trapped in an abusive situation, please remember that you are not alone. Reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or a helpline dedicated to supporting victims of abuse. There is help, there is hope, and you are not alone. As we come to the end of this harrowing journey, the story of Shelley Notek serves as both a chilling warning and a testament to the power of resilience and survival. It's a story of unimaginable cruelty, but also one of hope, strength, and justice. The darkness that once enveloped Shelley's family has been pierced by the courage of those who refuse to remain silent any longer. In the face of terror, Shelley's daughters found the strength to escape, to testify, and to reclaim their voices. They turned the page on a chapter of suffering and began the long, difficult process of healing. Their bravery has inspired countless others who are facing their own battles in silence. But let this story be a reminder. Abuse can happen in the most unexpected places. It can hide behind the closed doors of a seemingly normal household. Shelley Notek's ability to manipulate, control, and isolate her victims might have gone unnoticed for years, if not for the courage of her daughters to speak out and break the cycle. Now, it is our turn. It's our responsibility to stay vigilant, to recognize the signs of abuse, and to ensure that no one suffers in silence. Every day, people are suffering just as Shelley's daughters did, trapped in a web of fear and control. But no matter how hidden the abuse may be, there is always a way out. You have the power to make a difference. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out. Help is available. You are not alone, and there are people ready and willing to support you. Don't let fear dictate your future. You are stronger than you know. Speak up. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Speak out for those who cannot, and together we can break the silence surrounding abuse. Your voice could be the lifeline someone desperately needs. You have the power to change a life. Don't wait. Take action today. If you see something, say something. Your words could save a life.